If you have a 1956 Liberty wheat penny in your collection, it might just turn the tables for you. Many people pass over this simple copper coin without realizing that it can carry hidden value, especially in certain conditions or with rare minting errors. Stick around until the end of this video, because we're going to explore its fascinating history, what makes it valuable, and how you can sell it for the best price. And at the end, I'll tell you how to find out its exact price and selling procedure by simply commenting below. The 1956 Liberty wheat penny belongs to the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, which was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features Lincoln's familiar portrait, while the reverse displays two wheat ears surrounding the words 1 cent, representing prosperity and agricultural strength. This design remained in use until 1958, making the 1956 issue one of the last few years of the iconic wheat reverse, before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. By 1956, the United States was in the middle of a booming post-war era. The economy was growing rapidly, suburban life was thriving, and coins like the 1956 wheat penny were in heavy circulation as part of everyday commerce. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced this coin in large numbers, with no mint mark for Philadelphia issues and a D mint mark for those struck in Denver. Although many were made, not all have survived in pristine condition, and this is where their value comes into play. For collectors, the key factor in determining value is condition. A heavily circulated 1956 penny may be worth just a small premium over its face value, but coins in mint state condition, with sharp details and bright original luster, can be worth significantly more. Coins graded MS-65 and above, especially those with clean surfaces and no major marks, are particularly desirable. Another factor that can increase the value of a 1956 wheat penny is the presence of minting varieties and errors. Double die versus repunched mint marks or off-center strikes are examples of varieties that collectors actively search for. These kinds of errors were not always caught at the time of minting, which means some made their way into circulation and are now prized finds. The 1956 wheat penny also stands at an interesting point in numismatic history. It represents the final years of the beloved wheat reverse design, a classic symbol of early 20th century American coinage. Collectors who build complete sets of wheat pennies often pay close attention to these later dates, especially in high grades. To complete their collections, finding a 1956 penny in gem condition can be surprisingly rewarding. Many of these coins were stored in rolls or coin jars by collectors, or saved as keepsakes during the 1950s. As a result, high-grade examples still exist, and when they appear on the market, 1990 Liberty half dollar, lying around in your collection or tucked away in a forgotten corner, this coin might just turn the tables for you. Many people underestimate its potential, but some of these coins have unique qualities and surprising value. Stick around until the end of this video to learn about its price and how you can sell it smartly to get the most out of your find. The 1990 Liberty half dollar, officially known as the Kennedy half dollar, carries with it decades of American history and symbolism. First introduced in 1964 to honor the memory of President John F. Kennedy after his tragic assassination, the coin became a symbol of national unity and respect. Its design features a striking portrait of Kennedy on the obverse, created by Gilroy Roberts, and the presidential seal on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. These details make it not just a piece of currency but a piece of American heritage. By 1990, the half dollar was no longer a common coin in everyday circulation. The use of half dollars had declined significantly since the 1970s, and most were produced for collectors rather than for circulation. The Philadelphia and Denver mints struck millions of these coins, while the San Francisco Mint produced special proof versions for collectors. The regular circulation strikes have no mint mark for Philadelphia and a D for Denver, while the proof coins bear the S mint mark. What makes some 1990 Liberty half dollars valuable is their condition, special minting varieties and errors. High-grade examples that have been well preserved in uncirculated condition can be worth far more than their face value. Coins graded MS-65 or higher with sharp details, clean surfaces, and full mint luster are especially sought after by collectors, since many half dollars from this era were stored rather than circulated. Finding pristine examples is not impossible, but finding flawless, top-graded pieces is what drives their value up. Proof coins from 1990 are another area of interest. These were struck with specially prepared dies and plankets, resulting in mirror-like fields and frosted design elements. Collectors pay special attention to cameo and deep cameo proof coins, where the contrast between the frosted portrait of Kennedy and the shiny background is especially strong. Deep cameo proof coins in perfect condition often sell for a premium among numismatic enthusiasts. Minting errors also play a big role in increasing the value of some 1990 half dollars. Examples include off-center strikes, double dies, tie cracks, and missing elements. Any deviation from the standard design can catch a collector's eye, and rare errors have been known to sell for significantly higher amounts. Each error is unique, and the rarer the flaw, the higher the price it can fetch in the collector's market. 1978 It might just turn the tables for you. What seems like an ordinary nickel sitting in a drawer could actually be a small piece of history with hidden value. Many people overlook these coins, thinking they are too common to matter, but certain 1978 5-cent coins can surprise collectors and even sell for impressive amounts. Stick around until the end of this video because we're going to explore its history, what makes it special, and how you can sell it. At the very end, I'll tell you how to get its exact price and the proper selling procedure simply by commenting below. The Liberty 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Jefferson nickel, has been an important part of American currency since 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, its front features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers and the third president of the United States. The reverse side proudly displays Monticello, Jefferson's famous home in Virginia. The 1978 edition continued this iconic design, but each year of minting carries its own story, vintage figures, and potential for rare errors. In 1978, these nickels were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, each producing millions of coins for circulation. While most were used in everyday transactions, a number of coins were carefully preserved by collectors, leaving behind some remarkable mint state examples. These are the coins that attract serious interest today, because their sharp details, luster, and clean surfaces are becoming harder to find with time. The late 1970s was a period of change in the United States. Inflation was on the rise, the economy was shifting, and coins like the 5-cent piece were part of daily commerce passing through countless hands. Each of these coins carries with it a piece of that era's economic story, while the design remained the same. Subtle differences in strike quality, mint marks, and varieties can make some examples far more valuable than others. Collectors pay close attention to mint marks. A 1978 nickel with the D mark for Denver can have different market interest than one from Philadelphia with no mint mark. Beyond that, some coins from this year exhibit fascinating minting errors. Off-center strikes, double dies, and unusually strong strikes can make a single nickel worth far more than face value. These error coins are not just mistakes, they're unique treasures that collectors actively hunt for. Condition is key when determining value. A circulated 1978 nickel might only bring a small premium, but an uncirculated or proof-like specimen can fetch significantly more. High-grade coins certified by grading services can reach values that surprise those who thought of these nickels as ordinary pocket change. The historical significance also adds to the appeal. Thomas Jefferson's portrait has been on the nickel for decades, and holding a 1978 5-cent coin connects you directly to the past. Imagine the hands that might have held. What if I told you that a small 5-cent coin sitting in your drawer or hidden inside an old jar could completely surprise you with its history and hidden value? The Liberty 5-cent coin, better known as the Liberty Head nickel, is one of the most fascinating pieces in American numismatic history. If you have this coin, it might just turn the tables for you, so stick around until the end of this video where I will reveal how much it can be worth and how you can sell it. The Liberty 5-cent coin was first introduced in 1883 and continued production until 1913. Designed by Charles Barber, this coin featured the head of Lady Liberty on the obverse side, surrounded by 13 stars representing the original colonies, with the year of minting below. The reverse carried a large Roman numeral V for its value, standing for 5 cents, surrounded by a wreath. At first glance it might seem like a simple coin, but its story is full of intrigue, controversy, and rarity that has captivated collectors for over a century. The very first year of the Liberty nickel in 1883 created one of the biggest coin scandals in American history. The mint's original design did not include the word cents on the reverse. That missing word gave rise to a famous scam, where con artists gold-plated the coin and passed it off as a $5 gold piece. As a result, the mint quickly revised the design by adding the word cents at the bottom. This led to two varieties in the same year, the without cents type and the with cents type, both of which are now highly collectible. Production of the Liberty nickel continued for 30 years and it circulated heavily across the nation. It was the coin of everyday America, buying groceries, paying for streetcars, and jingling in the pockets of millions of people. Each year's issue carried its own mintages and subtle differences, with some years producing far fewer coins than others, creating rarities still hunted by collectors today. One of the most legendary aspects of the Liberty Nickel series is the 1913 issue. Officially, the coin was no longer supposed to be struck after 1912, but somehow 1913 Liberty Nickels were created. These mysterious pieces have become some of the most famous rarities in the world, with each one selling for millions of dollars at major auctions. Their existence adds an almost mythical aura to the Liberty Nickel series throughout its history. The Liberty 5-cent coin went through both high production years and scarce ones. Collectors pay close attention to low mintage years like 1885 and 1886, which are especially difficult to find today. These coins often sell for thousands of dollars, even in modest condition, while pristine examples can reach staggering figures at auction. The design itself holds historical significance. Lady Liberty, with her coronet inscribed with the word Liberty, represented American ideals of freedom and strength at a time when the United States was solidifying its role as a rising power.